Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponica Poster, and we are here at the war table. We've got both Orlais and Ferelden open up now. We're going to take this mission right here. It is one of our pre-order bonuses. It's a mount. It's basically a giant deer. So, pick that up. It doesn't take any time to do it at all. It's a zero-timed mission. And then we got those Grey Warden treaties from Blackwall. So we're going to have Josie take care of them. She's the only one that can. This is one of the few missions that's for her only. And we'll get some good stuff from that. Over in Ferelden, even if you hate Sarah's guts, pick her up for this mission. You can get rid of her afterwards if you want. But this will get us the Jar of Bees grenade, which is fantastic. It does damage, it panics, and it's always nice to see the giant icon bees over someone's head. So we're picking that up. And we're going to head to the Storm Coast and take care of those bandits that Scout Harding told us about. So let's get to that. What the fuck that guy's doing? Fucking archers. And they have dogs, Mabari, with little armored coats on. So they're kind of a bitch to kill. Much harder than wolves or regular Mabari out in the wild. And this house here will give you a look on the map. Stuff from our camp.
These must be the missing soldiers.
Someone should pay for this.
It looks like the bandits are camped further.
We get the location for their camp, and then we get this. Sort of a hint that the bandits want us to challenge their leader. And we get a recipe from it for what's called the Mercy's Crest.
A group called the Blades of Hessarian.
If you're interested, it looks like we can challenge their leader.
And we are.
Themselves after the sword that killed Andraste. Ambitious.
Right. Blades and their challenges. Biggest sword wins.
We'll take a quick peek at that recipe. So we need 2 Serpent Stone and 1 Deep Stalker. Serpent Stone is lousy in the Storm Coast, so that's not a problem to find. But we come to this cave on the coast because we go inside after we get stuck on a fucking rock. And there are Deep Stalkers in it. So if you need to craft that Mercy's Crest, Deep Stalkers can always be found in this cave, at least a few of them. And there's also giant fucking spiders. So be careful. These guys respawn pretty much infinitely. You can clear the cave out, but if you leave and come back, there will always be spiders and Deep Stalkers in here. And there's also a little bit of loot, so we'll snag that. Fucking controls. Oh. That's what we're after. And I got knocked out of the pickup animation, so I figured it was a good idea to pick it up while my face was being chewed off by a deep stalker. And there was a third one I didn't see and I ate. Now, if you die, it just moves to the next character. It's only if everyone in the party dies that game over and you have to restart from whatever your last save point was. And once all the enemies are dead, you'll get right back up with about a quarter of your health. So, not a big deal. Pick up my stuff. And then I'll show off the regeneration potion. It's heal over time, so you can see it's just kind of pulsing green there. Our health will come back over time, and you can put some really nice effects on it, like an area of effect, so it'll heal everyone around you, but we'll have to get some upgrades for that first. And go out the other side of the cave, and we see there's a bit of a kerfuffle going on over there with that dragon we saw earlier. So we're stupid. Let's go take a look.
Okay, that's badass.
Wow, we can watch, yeah?
Yes, actually, we can. I don't know what they're doing here. They just decided to do a little disco. So we have to get closer to trigger them to start fighting again. And this dragon is fighting a giant. And the giant, for whatever reason, decides to completely ignore the dragon that's lighting his ass up and throw fucking rocks at us. Now, you don't have to worry about the dragon. That will always happen. It'll take off, but you will need to fight this giant. And he's down to about half health, so the dragon did some work for us. But these guys can be real pains in the ass. They've got a lot of attacks. They've got that jumping attack. They've got the rocks throwing attack. They'll swipe to the side if you're in a flanking position or even behind them. And you see there, he one-shot Viv with that rock, so it does a lot of damage. And right in front of him is probably the worst place to stand. They do that smash. I don't know how the fuck I ended up over there. Maybe it was a physics bug or something. And takes out Bull, too.
Back me up!
Yeah, these guys have a lot of health and a lot of attacks, so try and be careful when fighting them. If you have ranged, ranged is always good. You just have to dodge the boulders then. Runs off to pick up another rock, but Sarah gets him.
Not as many ships as I expected.
There aren't any ships, both. Giants do, however, drop a lot of loot, and it's generally pretty good, so if you're able to take them out, by all means do. Head back to our camp, and we're going to craft that Mercy's Crest, because we've got all the materials we need. So once you've crafted it, it is an amulet, so make sure to equip it, because if you go to talk to the blades and don't have it equipped, they will be hostile and will attack you. So don't make that mistake. I've done it. And this is their fort. And since we have the crest on,
Someone's come with a challenge.
they're not hostile. So they'll let you walk right in.
So you would challenge the blades of Hassarian?
Damn right, motherfucker.
Killed soldiers of the Inquisition. We cannot let this stand.
You want justice? Claim it.
Okay. Now he starts off here up against this wall, and a lot of times it's really easy just to kind of stun lock him up against it. So the dogs are more problem than he is. He's just running around in the corner on fire. It for him.
It's done.
So long as the rest agree to play nice, right?
And once you beat their leader, they're not hostile, you can come talk to them and recruit them as agents.
If you want eyes on the coast, here we are.
I've not heard of the Blades of Hasarian.
Our work is often misunderstood, but we serve Andraste and whoever proves worthy of wielding us.
Just like that.
You and your Blades are loyal to the Inquisition?
We're loyal to you. I suppose that's the same thing, your worship.
So there's no ill will over what happened with your former boss?
The man was a bastard. You're not the first to stand up to him. You're just the first to win, and we're happy with that. Besides, I would rather swear my life to the Herald of Andraste.
Do you have any...
So this little camp here, there's some loot and a few codex entries, letters, that type of thing. We're gonna duck in that shed over there that we can see and pick up something very important. Yes, Chapter 2 of Hard in Hightown. And back at the war table. Pick up a new Inquisition perk. Going to go with Arcane Knowledge, which has to do with magic. Give us some more dialogue options. We've got 2 in secret so far, so we need 2 more before we can get Deft Hands Fine Tools. And then pick up our bees. And we're going to head to a new area. It's not Storm Coast. This is Fallowmire. A group of our soldiers have gone missing, and so we're going to head over there and see if we can find out what happened to them.
Thank you for coming. Maybe you can solve this mess. Our missing patrols are being held hostage by Avar, barbarians from the mountains.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you, because you're the Herald of Andraste.
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avar think there are gods in nature, as in the sky has a god and the forest. The Avar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
Goodness, Scout Harding.
Should I autograph something for him before he tries to behead me?
They think readings for the weak. You know, scholars, lowlanders, or Legion peasants. Getting to our troops won't be easy. You'll have to fight your way through undead. Wait, you're not squeamish about undead, are you?
Oh, hell no.
There are any corpses possessed by spirits?
Right. Nothing to fear. The Avar are holed up in the castle on the other side of the Fallow Mire. Maker willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
Fallow Mire is very wet and very dark. It's always night here. Some of the areas are day, some are night, and there's one that changes depending on what, or once you get to a certain point in the mission, but always dark in the Fallow Mire. In this cabin, you have to break the boxes in front of the doors. Hindsight, I probably should have used Blackwall for that. There are a lot of undead in the Fallow Mire. They're pretty much everywhere. They pop up. If you walk into the water, of which there's a lot, they will spawn some extras. So be very careful. Try and stay on dry ground as much as possible because they'll pop up like 4 or 5 and they can spawn as high as level 12. So it's kind of a beware. Fortunately, they won't spawn if one of your dumb teammates goes and wanders off into the lake, so at least you got that going for you. And there's a few codex entries about some of the old cults and religious groups, that type of a thing. So check in all the shacks. There's a lot of stuff to be found. This is about some crazy end-of-the-world group who, when the Blight first came, decided they were going to stand in front of the Marching Darkspawn, and of course got their shit owned. Now these beacons, there are 4 of them, and we're going to try and take out all of them. This has Veilfire on it, which can only be activated by mages. Anyone can carry it, but only the mages can activate it. And once you activate it, it's going to spawn kind of a shitload of enemies, so always be ready for that. And another thing about Veilfire is that if there's a Veilfire sconce somewhere, that is your clue that there's going to be a rune of some kind nearby. Always. It's not necessarily, you know, 5-10 feet away, but there will always be one close. So wander around until you hear this little tinkling noise, which will reveal the rune, and then you can pick it up. Sometimes the recipes for good things, sometimes, like in the case of the Fallow Mire, it just gives you background information. And by these beacons, there's always some kind of loot, usually sacks full of crafting materials, some chests occasionally. But we go around here, and then you can see that our rune becomes visible. Come to the second one. Add it up. This one gave me fits on Nightmare. You have a shitload of these archers, and they will just wreck you from a distance while you're dealing with the terrors, which are the pop-up guys. Well, since we're playing on a lower difficulty, it's not too bad. Do your best to concentrate on those archers because there's like 6 of them. And yeah, you see Viv didn't do so well here. Let me get her up. You can revive fallen party members by standing over them and holding X. Also, through the TAC cam, you can command other squad members to revive down teammates, but they have a tendency to be really crappy at it. A lot of times they'll just stop halfway through because their AI freaks out. Got them taken care of. We'll go pick up our room. And just head down the hill here. There's a chest up on that rock. And there's going to be crafting over there, so I just ignore it. Head over this walkway. There's a loot chest over here by this burning stuff. Get a hat and a schematic. Come over here into this little cave. And we get a masterwork. It's, I believe, a tier 1, but that's a really good two-handed weapon. It's better than anything you'll pick up for the first part of the game. So grab that sucker.
So set up camp.
And we make camp. And I caught a little bit of
I've heard things
banter.
about you, Vivi.
It is properly Madame Vivienne, official mage to the Imperial Court.
Yes, that's what I heard. Not the title, the snotty bit.
However shall I recover from your condemnation?
You're still doing it. Can you even shut it up?
For you, my
In case you
dear.
couldn't tell, Sarah and Vivian really don't like each other. Okay, this Fade Rift is a little weird. You'll see this guy, the Skywatcher, standing there. It is sealed. It will not open until we tell it to. So we have time to have a chat with him.
But it's not my job. No fears from me.
I thought the Avar wanted to fight me.
Our chieftain's son wants to fight you. I'm called in when the dead pile up. Rights to the gods, mending for the bleeding, a dagger for the dying. That's what I do. I don't pick up a blade for a whelp's trophy hunt.
Why aren't you with the other Avar?
Trying to figure out this hole in the world. Never seen anything like it's like. They spit out angry spirits. Endless. What the sky's trying to tell us? I don't know.
They're caused by the breach in the sky. It was some kind of magic gone wrong.
I know that, Lowlander. I'm talking about the Lady of the Skies. Do you not know her? Can't you see the warning she writes through the bird flocks in the air?
Preposterous superstition.
Preposterous is what you wore to a bog, Orlesian.
Oh!
The other Avar kidnapped an Inquisition patrol. Are they all right?
A few were injured in the skirmish, but they were alive. Last I saw them. Someone's trained them well. They killed more of us than I thought they would.
Farewell, then.
Watch the water.
So we're gonna open up this Fade Rift and get to murdering shit. Skywatcher will help you in this fight, so he makes pretty short work. He's a really big guy. Now, I went into attack cam here. I realized I didn't have Vivian spec'd for what I wanted, but when the Fade Rift starts to put these marks down on the ground, if you have Dispel, you can trigger it on those red circles, and it will make it so that one of the things that the Rift was supposed to spawn doesn't. So it's very helpful. If you're having trouble with a Rift spawning high-level enemies, you can take out one or even two of them, depending on where they pop up. Viv ate shit again. Boom. And he's very impressed with this. Alright, well, that's going to do it for today's episode of Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition.
Farewell, then.
I'm Subponicate Poster. Join us next time